Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is True Underdog, here today with a beginner's guide for Atrocitus. And I know you dogs have been waiting for this guide for a very long time, and for that reason alone it's going to be a lot more in-depth. So please sit back and relax as we break him down step by step. To start things off, let's discuss his special moves. Okay, so first on our list we have Rage Charge. This move is great for ending most combos because it does good damage and more importantly, great corner carry. Look how close Blue Lantern is to the corner now, look at that. Look how close he is. 2 of those and you're already in the corner, and it's time for Mix Up City, deal with my pressure. That is what this move is all about. Now by default it's unsafe on block, however if you meter burn it at the end, it's safe. And if you hit the opponent and meter burn it, it does slightly more damage and does Napalm Vomit. So look at that, he's taking damage over time. 6.17 every half second or so. That's great, and it does not scale by the way. Even if you end the combo with the meter burn rage charge, the damage over time is still the same, so it's a great way to take off tiny bits of your opponent's health no matter what. Keep in mind this move can also be done in the air. I don't know why you would want to most of the time, maybe for a short wall bounce combo. Maybe you're feeling lazy. In that case you can do it in the air. You can also meter burn it in the air. Just keep in mind it is more unsafe in the air, so be wary of that. Next up we have Blood Nato, easily one of the most deadly moves in his arsenal. This thing hits low and tracks the opponent's location on screen. If meter burned, it launches them to extend combos. Very deadly stuff. Mix this in with some overheads and you have a very tricky mix up for the opponent to block, and it leads to a full combo. Let's go. Ooh. Meter burn it? Oh, it didn't work as in the corner. Oh man, that's rare to see. Normally it does combo, but you know what? That's important to take note of. It can whiff sometimes. Be careful when spinning that extra bar. Now doing this move raw is very unsafe on block, -40. However, if you meter burn it, it's actually +7 on block. So it's not only safe, it's actually advantageous if you meter burn it. And then there's Napalm Vomit. This move does damage over time to the opponent just like the Rage Charge. It's also safe on block as well, and the meter burn version even more so. So no matter what, you're safe on block. Now the meter burn version is not worth the damage, but it might be worth the frame advantage, so keep that in mind. Atrocitus also has up Napalm Vomit. This can be great for anti-airs or for extending combos in the corner, especially since this stacks on top of itself. So if you hit the opponent with this multiple times, they're losing a lot of damage every second. In fact, that's actually a big strategy with Atrocitus. You want to try and use Napalm as much as possible on the opponent, whether it's after a meter burn rage charge, or after a Napalm Vomit or an up Napalm Vomit. You constantly want to be draining the opponent's health whenever you can. And last but not least, we have Life Drain. This does damage to the opponent over time as long as you're close to the opponent. Keep in mind this can also work if you're on the defensive and blocking, so it's a great tool against opponents who want to stay in your face. Once Atrocitus drains enough life, he'll actually start to glow. When this happens, you can press down plus meter burn to extend combos for good damage. Now your combo options afterwards are a bit limited, but the initial damage can sometimes be worth it. That's it for his special moves, so let's move on to his attack strings. First on our list we have Heartless. Fast starting string and great for starting off combos. Also +3 on block as well, but do keep in mind the first hit is a high, so the opponent could duck under it. And next up we have 5 Inversions. This attack string hits low twice for a decent mix-up, and the third hit can actually be cancelled to extend combos. Just keep in mind this string is not safe on block, so be careful when using it. Blood and Rage hits mid 3 times for good damage. It can also be cancelled into air rage charge to extend the combo, not to mention it's safe on block as well. Freshly Dead hits mid then overhead for a good mix-up, and since the last hit is an overhead, you can trick the opponent into blocking high, and then catch them low with Blood Nato for a full combo. And to add icing on the cake, this move's also safe on block. Return to Y'all's Malt does good damage and switches sides with the opponent, so it's good for ending combos in certain situations, especially for escaping the corner. And then we have Blood Ritual. Oh my god you guys, this is the attack string. This is your go-to string. Hits mid and then ends with 2 overheads. That's a deadly mix-up because you can cancel the first overhead into Blood Nato, and the opponent now has to guess. Is the last hit going to be an overhead, or is it going to be a low? Or in fact, is the third hit going to be an overhead or a low? There are just so many mix-up opportunities in this string alone, and it by itself makes Atrocitus a very, very deadly character. You've likely seen this string over and over again at tournaments because it's so deadly. It's honestly almost unfair, especially online. It's very tricky to block if in the right hands. The only downside is it is unsafe on block, but you can change all that with a meter burn Blood Nato, so it's always safe as long as you have meter to spare. And last but not least we have Bloodbath. This attack hits mid and has great range, but what makes it extra special is it restands the opponent. Look at that, the opponent's forced to block what you do next. No wake up options for them. They have to respect your next string. Very good for that, and it also restands the opponent for the end of combos, so it's great for leading into Blood Charge. Ooh, look at this stuff. Alrighty dogs, that is it for the attack string, so let's move on to his trait. Dexstar does a lot of stuff by himself. Simply pressing 4 a second time will fire out projectiles to pester the opponent, especially if they want to get in and they have no projectiles of their own. If the opponent does have projectiles, then press forward and 4. This will actually block the opponent's projectiles and allow you to keep firing yours. It's a very, very annoying combination. But what if you just want some extra damage? In that case you want to do down +4. This attack does good damage and ends in Napalm Vomit, which means more damage over time, so it's always a good option. You can even use it to end combos, so all in all a very good tool. Just keep in mind you can't be too far away from the opponent. When Dexstar is out, Atrocitus also gets access to some new attack strings, all of which are listed on screen. Keep in mind that all of these are safe on block, in fact the last one is actually plus on block. First off we have Crimson Red. This attack hits mid and can actually extend combos for the first time. Before your only option was Air Rage Charge. Now you actually have more options to extend your combo. Very cool stuff. Burn All does good damage and knocks the opponent away. You can also extend the combo with Meter Burn Blood Nato for more damage, or just to keep the enemy close. Massacre is +5 on block and ends with a sneaky low. So not only do you have good range, but you're also +5 on block and you have a mix-up built in. Pretty good stuff. And last but not least we have his Super. This attack has short range but is also armored and does good damage, even when comboed into. So it's honestly a good option if you have the meter available. Just keep in mind most of his combos do require meter, so a super isn't always the best option. Alright dogs, that's it for the guide. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it gave you a good idea of how to play Atrocitus. If it did, please leave a like down below. While you're down there, go ahead and post a comment too. Tell me what you think. If you want to help support the channel and look good while doing it, please check out my t-shirts. If you want to support the channel more directly, please check out my Patreon. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because there's content on this channel every single week. It's never a dull moment on Underdog Gaming. So make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs!